Which WWE wrestler had the most losses each year? In 1985, which was the year of the inaugural Wrestlemania event, Moondog Spot had the most losses with a staggering 154. In 86, Moondog Spot once again had the statistic for having the most losses for that calendar year with 117. In 1987, Steve Lombardi, aka the Brooklyn Brawler, had the most losses with 114. Despite these losses, Lombardi is often labeled as the most popular and famous jobber in WWE history. When it comes to 1988, Barry Horowitz has the most losses with 102. In 1989, Big Boss Man had the most losses with 111 in total, and this is somewhat of a surprise as Big Boss Man was placed towards the top of the card, yet it was often a trend that heels lost a strong portion of their bouts. In 1990, Buddy Rose had a staggering 120 losses and only 13 recorded wins. In 1991, Kato suffered 136 defeats, meaning that he lost 90% of his matches in that respective year. 1992 shockingly saw the legendary Ric Flair have the most losses with an enormous total of 137. In 1993, IRS would lose 116 of his matches, unfortunately giving him the most losses for that calendar year. In another surprise, 1994 saw Owen Hart have the most losses with 123 in total. This was repeated the following year, as in 1995, Hart once again had the most losses with 96. In 1996, the future Triple H would be booked to lose the most as the game lost a total of 131 matches. In 97, WWE were about to enter the Attitude Era, and Flash Funk was used as a jobber throughout the year, as WWE gave him a total of 101 losses. Despite The Rock being one of the most primary faces in the Attitude Era, in 1998 he lost 115 times. In 1999, Big Boss Man once again had the most losses, at this time with 121. In 2000, Test would have the most losses with 101 losses in total. 2001 saw Crash Holly suffer the most losses in WWE with 80, yet this didn't take away from Holly's popularity. Surprisingly, 2002 saw Kurt Angle have the most losses with a huge 111 in total. Cruiserweight star Jamie Noble was booked to lose the most featured matches in the year 2003, as Noble lost a total of 101. In 2004, the legendary Batista shockingly had the most losses with 106. In 2005, 3 elite wrestlers tied for the most losses with 96 in total. These 3 are Christian, Shelton Benjamin, and JBL. When it comes to 2006, Edge had the most losses with a notable 119 in total. In 2007, Finlay was regularly used on TV and live events, and this resulted in him having the most losses with 103 in total. In 2008, MVP went on a losing streak on TV, and this was shown in his win-loss record, as the former US champion lost 116 matches. In 2009, WrestleMania 25 main eventer Randy Orton somehow lost the most matches with a huge 128. 2010 was the year Jack Swagger won the world title, yet this didn't result in more wins, as Swagger had the most losses that year with 135. Similarly, Miz was WWE Champion for the Porsche 2011, yet he still had the most losses that year with 144. In 2012, Dolph Ziggler somehow lost 154 matches, which is a crazy number when examining Ziggler's popularity at the time. 2013 saw Shield member Seth Rollins have a ton of losses in singles matches, and this showed with 160 losses. Luke Harper lost the most matches in 2014 with 140, and this was in the year which Harper embarked on a solo push. In 2015, Ascension member Victor had the most losses with a dreaded 143. When it comes to 2016, Tyler Breeze was relegated to jobber status with 163 losses in total. In 2017, Kurt Hawkins was firmly established as a jobber, and this was shown with 128 losses. 2018 saw Baron Corbin featured a ton on TV, yet this didn't result in many wins, as Corbin lost 127 of his matches. 2019 saw Cesaro have the most losses with 111 in total. 2020 was a COVID-19 year, meaning wrestlers were wrestling less. Nevertheless, Corbin had the most losses that year with 42. 2021 saw main event Jey Uso suffer the most defeats with 51. In 2022, surprisingly, Seth Rollins lost the most matches with 75 losses in total. And finally, in the year of 2023, Imperium member Ludwig Kaiser lost the most matches with 79. Are you guys surprised with these? Let us know in the comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.